están? Yo soy Karim Sabat de PowerMetal.cl, el podcast live, y estoy junto al gran Francisco Pérez, Francisco el Cortina, Francisco el traductor, y vamos a estar hablando dentro de... Bien aquí con calor y preparado para la ocasión. Me vestí como corresponde para recibir al invitado hoy día, el invitado que vamos a tener en unos segundos, porque ya está aquí abajo. El gran Dan Cleary de la banda Striker, banda de Canadá, conocida por un heavy metal muy directo, con el que vamos a estar conversando sobre todo de su próximo disco que se lanza en enero, el que ahí vamos a estar conversando del famoso, el single que lanzaron recién, The Best of the Best of the Best, y todo un poco de su independencia, porque es una banda que interesantemente decidieron optar hace varios años por ser independientes y no seguir el camino de los sellos, y cómo lo hicieron, y qué significa tratar de sacar un disco por Kickstarter, y todo eso, más todas las preguntas que estén. Pero no se olviden de siempre ponerle like y suscribirse a este humilde podcast para que sigamos creciendo como hemos estado haciendo en el último tiempo. Y si quieren aportarnos más, patreon.com/PowerMetalCL o YouTube Membership. Y sin más que decir, Francisco, demos paso a nuestro invitado. Hacemos aquí, para acá y ahí.
Hey, Dan.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Aquí, here, with the costume for this interview.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Hang on.
There we go.
Repeat my turn.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if I should wear the getup or not, you know?
Así que partamos nuevo, Francisco, empecemos preguntándole un poco por lo que se viene, este nuevo álbum, el nombre, cuándo se lanza, un poco de esto que entendemos que recién se lanzó, The Best of the Best of the Best, un tremendo single, que es el primer adelanto de su nuevo disco.
Okay, Dan, so lots of new music going around. You just released a new single called
The Best of the Best of the Best.
The Best of the Best.
Yeah.
And you have a new album coming up, right?
Yeah. So we just
Tell us
launched.
about it.
Yeah, we just launched our Kickstarter for the new album. It's going to be out in January. So January 19th is tentatively where we're looking at. And yeah, we recorded the album back in I guess it was in March. Down in the States with producer Josh Schroeder. It's the first album we've done with a producer since I guess the last one was City of Gold, and that was with that was with Fredrik Nordstrom. So it's been a long time since we've actually gone into a studio and worked with a producer. So
like 10 years, because City of Gold is from the 2014.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
¿Y por qué? Porque, o sea, le estamos preguntando, nos dijo que el nuevo disco que se lanza en enero es el primer disco después de casi 10 años que se lanza con un productor, y obviamente que es el City of Gold, fue con Fredrik Nordstrom, conocido productor. Pregúntale, Francisco, ¿por qué deciden después de casi 10 años volver a tener un productor?
Why was this decision of going back with a producer after 10 years?
I think it was mostly because like we've all gotten to the point where everybody in the band has a strong opinion about how we should do stuff, and it just got to the point where I think we were like, we need someone else involved to help us kind of like direct that energy, because it's really easy to, you know, if everybody's working on music and writing music, it's hard to know, like, you know, which way to go with things, and it also kind of puts a little bit of takes some of the pressure off of, like, say myself. You know, I don't want to be making all the decisions for everything all the time, so it's kind of nice to have someone like Josh, who is like himself a really good songwriter and a producer. So it's nice to have someone like that involved who can just be like, you know, if there's two people who want two different things, he can be the guy who's like, let's do this one and not this one, kind of thing. So.
Bueno, le preguntamos directamente por qué deciden después de 10 años volver con un productor, y dice que en el fondo tienen tanto tiempo como banda. La banda, para que la gente que no sabe, Striker se formó el 2007, o sea, ya casi más de 15 años de banda, que deciden que tienen todos muchas ideas de cómo llevar la banda, y finalmente prefieren tener un productor, alguien que le ordene, y no ser Dan directamente ordenando cómo quiere sonar o cómo quiere hacer, sino que entre todos, más fácil que haya una persona que vea el producto desde afuera y diga, este es el camino que tienen que seguir. Oye, siguiendo con Ultrapower, ¿qué más nos puede contar del disco, de la dirección, de la parte artística? Porque vemos en el primer video que deciden tomar una estética muy ochentera con los lentes, los famosos lentes que están llegando hace tiempo a Chile, los Pit Viper, que conocidos porque Travis Pastrana lo hizo famoso en todo el mundo. Entonces, ¿por qué deciden esta estética tan ochentera? El disco va a sonar a los 80. ¿Dónde está la magia que le están poniendo?
Okay, so tell us a little bit about the aesthetics of the album. It's very 80s. It's 80s oriented, or why was this?
You decide to do the costumes in the video, the best of the best, use a lot of 80s costumes. The red jacket, the Formula like NASCAR jacket, the Pit Viper glasses.
Whose idea was that?
That was Tim, our guitar player, the guy with the mullet. Surprise.
Okay.
Yeah. So we when we were thinking about like how we want to present the album, I mean, it's always something you think about, right? Like how does the band look, and you know, what are you gonna like wear and stuff like that. And we were thinking like the album itself is really fun. It's not super serious. I think in the past we were trying to like, you know, maybe be more like cool guys, leather jackets, that kind of thing, or like, you know, younger, trying to, you know, be that kind of way. And but now we're kind of just thinking like we're just having fun. We just want to do the things we want to do and dress how we want to dress, and that's part of it. So yeah, it's just from a place of like us having fun and just doing sort of what we feel like. And we've always been slightly on the humorous side in our music videos and stuff like that. So we just figured like, you know, let's just go with it and have fun.
Francisco, para terminar la idea, pregúntale si el sonido de la banda, del disco va a ser ochentero al estilo de la vestimenta o es solo por la estética del video. Para hacer la respuesta completa.
Okay, so following a little bit with the question, will the album will sound like the 80s, or it's just for the videos and for the visual aesthetics?
I mean, the album is like, there's a lot going on. There's a lot of different styles, but I mean, it is definitely rooted in that sound. I think Stryker's always kind of had a little bit of that mixed with some other things. And on this album, like we have some, like one song is very like synth wavy. So very different for us, but we were just, you know, having fun in the studio, and it sounded really cool. One of the songs has a saxophone. Ooh. It's all like George Michael or something like that. So yeah, it's kind of all over the place. There's some heavy songs, there's some fast songs too, but yeah, there's definitely a lot of that sort of 80s sound in it for sure.
Perfect. Entonces, bueno, directamente si han visto el video de Best of the Best, deciden presentar una estética muy ochentera. Pueden ver ahí con chaquetas de cuero rojas, chaquetas tipo NASCAR, jockeys, mullets, lentes de sol, los famosos Viper que están muy ochenteros. Y le preguntamos si el sonido de la banda y la estética es de Ultrapower va a ser algo ochentero. Dice primero la estética la decidieron porque están pasándolo bien, quieren pasarlo bien. Ya dejaron esa etapa que quieren vestirse como alguien cool, con chaquetas de cuero, así bien metaleros, sino que se vistieron como les nació y por la idea del guitarrista de la banda, pero les gustó mucho porque lo pasaron bien. O sea, se sienten, lo pasan bien como banda. Y a la vez, el disco, si bien, o sea, no es 100% ochentero, sí tiene mucho de sonido ochentero, pero a la vez el disco se trataba de pasarlo bien. Tiene una canción synthwave metida por ahí, tiene una canción con saxo como a lo George Michael, tiene un montón de cosas pasando, pero que en el fondo representan lo bien que lo está pasando Stryker como banda. ¿Bien? ¿Eso, Francisco? ¿Alguna cosa o estoy bien?
No, perfecto.
Oye, sigamos con la idea de Ultrapower. Y la banda Stryker, para la gente que no lo conoce, es una banda que decide hace mucho tiempo, no sé exactamente cuándo, irse de manera independiente. Es decir, ¿sabéis qué? Nosotros somos una banda independiente, no trabajamos con sellos, por lo menos en lo formal. ¿Por qué deciden esto? ¿Qué sentían? ¿Qué pasaba con los sellos? Si tuvieron algún problema, alguna historia, que lo llevó a tomar esta decisión que muchas bandas, que es raro, porque generalmente, a menos que sea una banda gigante, las bandas chicas necesitan los sellos para poder poder subsistir. Porque esto, ¿cómo ha sido vivir con la independencia?
Okay, Dan, so you guys are independent and an independent band, which is not really usual for many bands, because many bands use the discographic. I forgot the word.
Record label.
The records,
yeah, the record label. Yeah. Sorry.
Record labels.
Yeah, many bands use record labels to have money to
survive.
To pay for the recording of the album, the mixing, the mastering, etc. But touring. You guys decided to use Kickstarter, which is quite difficult, How did it all happen? Why did you decide to not go with the record label route?
Well, like originally, when we became an independent band, that was after we were signed with Napalm Records. So it just didn't really work out. It felt off to us, like what we thought it was going to be, and sort of what we thought they would do for us didn't end up matching. So we were kind of like, and we were in a unique position here in Canada, that there's like government funding for the arts. So we could get access to like grants and things like that. I think some other places, like in Sweden, they have a similar program where, you apply for these things. And what's interesting with that is you have to do it first, and then you find out if you got funding afterwards. So it is still a little risky, but we've managed to get funding for that. So that helped a lot with us being independent, because it's like, it can be really difficult if you're in a place where there isn't those types of opportunities. Then really it might be the only way you can do it is with a record label, because it's hard to save the money to record an album and all that. So, I mean, we were in a unique position for that. And then now we've just found that we know that we have a good fan base that is interested in our music. So in the past, we've done like a pre-order, which wasn't exactly like a Kickstarter, but it's, it's similar. I mean, our Kickstarter really is just a pre-order, but it's on the Kickstarter. So it's kind of
we practice.
Yeah. It's like, so it's a little bit, maybe a bit more expensive, but you get a little bit more, and it's kind of like that kind of thing. But we actually had some friends in bands that had done Kickstarters that were really successful. Like we toured with Seven Kingdoms. They did a Kickstarter where they got lots of support from their fan base. So we felt confident that was like a good way for us to go. And then it's nice to see the support from people. And so far it's been really good.
Bueno, le preguntamos, la banda sobre la independencia, y básicamente nos dice que después de Napalm Records, creo que fue in City of Gold, you work with Napalm Records. Napalm, yes?
Yeah, that was with
Napalm. And before of that, after, you decided to go independent?
Yeah. So Stand in the Fire was the album after that, and that was the first independent album. And then so that one, the self-titled, and Play to Win, were all independent.
Okay, entonces, la banda, después de trabajar con Napalm Records, parece que no todo fue espectacular. Por lo tanto, deciden irse independiente. Dice que en Canadá tiene una especie de fundación que permite aplicar, y si te vas bien...
Son
como proyectos, ¿no es cierto? Con proyectos, fondos que tú puedes aplicar, y con eso te puedes mantener. Entonces, ellos deciden, después de esta mala experiencia con Napalm, irse y primer disco que lanzaron es este, ahí está el Stand Fire, el primer disco que lanzaron independiente, y después, con el tiempo, decidieron experimentar con esto, que les voy a mostrar, que es I will show the Kickstarter right now.
Sure, yeah.
Pestaña. ¿Dónde está? Aquí está. Deciden empezar a irse aquí con lo que ustedes pueden ver, que es el Kickstarter. La banda decide lanzar varias veces, y ahora actualmente el nuevo disco Ultrapower está disponible a través de Kickstarter, que es una especie de
al final es una preorden. Es una preorden, pero la gente puede pagar más y se lleva más
Más premium. Por ejemplo,
cosas, o sea,
acá,
más,
si
más por
tú,
línea se llevan, ¿cachai?
por ejemplo, acá yo voy a comprar, voy a hacerlo, vamos, I will buy the new album.
Yeah.
Ok.
Claro.
Entonces, tú compras el álbum y te llevas el disco directamente a tu casa, así que eso. Entonces, la banda directamente puede aplicar ahí puedes comprar discos, todo en Kickstarter, y ellos decían que les fue bien porque preguntaron, por ejemplo, a Seven Kingdom, estuvieron en conversaciones y así resultó.
Claro.
Sigamos con cómo ha sido la experiencia de ser independiente para el tema de los tours, porque una cosa es el tema de la venta de discos, pero para girar es muy fácil porque nosotros sabemos que, por ejemplo, algunos sellos tienen acceso a algunos festivales, todo. ¿Cómo ha sido eso?
Okay, so we know about the part of recording an album and funding the album, being independent, but how has it been the touring part, you know? How has it been in terms of being independent?
It's been pretty good. We've had some pretty great tours. Since being independent, we toured with Primal Fear and Sonata Arctica. We went on a little tour with Steel Panther last year? Yeah, last year, Beast in Black. We did a tour in the States. So it's been good, and it's interesting because part of that was when we signed with the label, what we really wanted was to get on tour, right? Like we were like, oh, yeah, you sign with a record label, they're going to put you on tour. And it just really didn't work like that, because it's sort of like the booking agents and the marketing and stuff. It's all sort of separate, right? Like there's the label is one thing, and then your booking agent is another thing. And I think at the time when we signed, we thought it was all the same. Like you get on a label and you're good, but really there's more pieces to the puzzle that than we had thought. So after that, we started working with our own, like finding and booking agents and stuff, and working with people to get us on tour, and then we were able to get out there and actually do some tours, especially opening for some bigger bands, which was really awesome.
Ya, bueno, dice que entendí que con Napalm Records pudieron girar con Primal Fear y...
No.
Ver,
Eso
explícame.
lo han hecho independientes, claro. O sea, al final lo que pasó es que ellos pensaron en un principio que firmando con Napalm Records iban a tener giras. Y no fue lo que pasó, porque al final Napalm Records es la discográfica y luego tienen el agente así como el tour manager, ¿cachai? Que es distinto. Entonces pasó que como que no funcionó, y ahora que al ser independientes le han salido giras con Primal Fear, con Sonata Arctica, ¿cachai? O sea, con Beast in Black hicieron una gira también en Estados Unidos, ¿cachai? Entonces, y esto todo siendo independiente, porque así ellos mismos buscan el tour manager, ellos mismos hablan así como personalmente con la gente. Claro.
Oye, ¿cuáles son las dificultades reales? O sea, como si pregunta, claro, vemos que tienen cómo sacar el disco, todo, pero ¿cuáles son los problemas de ser independiente? ¿Por qué? No creo que todo haya sido fácil, por eso es la pregunta.
Okay, so, what are the difficulties of being independent? Because we've already talked about how good has it been, but there must be a bad side.
Oh yeah.
A lot.
Yeah. It's a lot of work, right? Like so everything a label would do, you have to do it yourselves. So whether it's a lot of emails, a lot of emailing, a lot of
like this.
And then it's a lot of there's a lot to it that you don't realize behind the scenes. So like just coordinating everything, and like album layouts and all this stuff. It's like, you know, a lot of it we just ended up doing ourselves because it's you can't afford to pay for every single thing, right? So it's like, oh, I guess we'll just do it ourselves. So, you know, whether that's music videos or so, you end up having to fund everything yourselves. So that part of it, it's like it's not that bad if you're having fun doing it, but I could see how not everybody would want to have to do all that work because it is a lot.
Ya. O sea, dice que le preguntamos las dificultades de ser independiente y claramente no es fácil ser independiente porque tienes que hacerte cargo de todo lo que el sello haría. Básicamente, si tienes que grabar un video, tienes que tú grabarlo, o si no tienes fondos, armarlo tú, si tienes que responder todos los mails, tienes que preocuparte de la fabricación de los discos, de las entrevistas, de todo pasa por ti. Lo que obviamente es carga, pero claro, tiene la parte que puedes manejar tú tus tiempos.
Claro, pero es mucho tema detrás de cámara que lo que no ve el resto de la gente, que es lo complicado y que al final cae el peso en la banda misma y no en la discográfica, que es la que en general se encarga de eso.
Oye, estaba revisando y Dan y Timothy son los únicos. Dan es el único miembro original de
Striker.
De Striker. De hecho, después se suma Timothy en el 2013 y los últimos integrantes ya se suman prácticamente época de pandemia. Quería preguntarle si siguiendo con el tema de independencia, si la pandemia fue, porque su último disco lo sacaron pre-pandemia, que fue el tremendo, uno de mis discos favoritos ese año, que fue el Play to Win, y después tuvieron un tremendo bajón y ahí tuvieron salida de integrantes, todo esto. ¿Cómo afecta a ellos como banda, siendo independiente? ¿Lo afectó la pandemia? Y porque pasó casi 5 años, van a pasar prácticamente 6 años de su último disco.
Okay, so it has been almost 6 years since you released the last album.
Yep.
There were a
Fantastic.
lot of changes in the lineup of the band. How did the pandemic affected everything?
I mean, it affected us a lot, actually. Like, so, I mean, even before that, like Adam, our drummer, he had left the band just to do different things. You know, he was getting busy doing a new career and stuff. So he, anyways, he left the band, and then we got our new drummer Jono in the band. And then we were working on material, trying to figure out how we wanted to release stuff. And then we decided to record some singles, and then COVID happened.
Yes.
So we were kind of like, we don't know what to do. Should we wait? Should we keep recording? And then, I mean, about like a year and a half later, you know, when COVID was still happening, we were like, it got to a point where we were not sure if the band was going to keep going or not. So it's sort of like, it really like almost exploded. It kind of did. Like we did that Death Wish single.
Yes.
And we put out the Tombstone, and a lot of people thought the band was done. And I know, but it's funny because we were like, we did, like, the band was over for like a couple months, and then we sort of like talked about it, and we were like, you know, I don't know, let's keep going, because we're thinking like, well, what else are we gonna do? Like, what did we really like doing? And it was like, well, we love playing music and being in a band. So eventually we started going again. But like, yeah, it's funny because we put that Tombstone out, and a lot of people thought the band was done.
Yes.
But it was kind of true and kind of not true. So it was sort of like almost like a rebirth or something like that.
Ya. Entonces, básicamente han pasado casi 6 años del lanzamiento de su último disco, Play to Win, y entre medio estuvo la pandemia y hubo hartos cambios de integrantes. Se fue prácticamente la mitad de la banda se fue. Le preguntamos si esto afectó, cómo fue vivir la pandemia, y dice que realmente la pandemia les dio duro. O sea, hubo salida de integrantes, la banda estaba planificando grabar, vino el COVID, se empezó a alargar, y de hecho en algún momento pensaron que estaban muertos, y en ese tiempo, para la gente que recuerda, lanzaron una tumba y como que daba la impresión que estuvieran anunciando, y entre esos yo también creí que la banda había anunciado su fin. Finalmente salen con el single Death Wish, y ahí fue el renacimiento, pero él confiesa que realmente la banda estuvo muerta por unos meses, y que finalmente se juntaron a conversar y decimos, oye, pero ¿por qué vamos a matar la banda si esto es lo que nos gusta hacer? O sea, nos gusta tocar música, queremos seguir. ¿Y qué tanta terminó la pandemia? Y ¿qué tan diferente es Play to Win? Que para mí y de hecho, Play to Win ganó el Juno, el premio al mejor disco de heavy metal de Canadá ese año, con lo que presentan en Ultrapower.
Okay, so what's like the difference between Play to Win and Karim?
Ultrapower.
And Ultrapower? What would you say is like the biggest?
Because I think I have read that Play to Win was the best album of heavy metal of the year in Canada in the Juno Awards.
Yeah, we did. We won the Juno Award for that. It's like a Canadian Grammy kind of thing, but
I know.
smaller scale, but still very cool. Yeah, I mean, I don't even know how different it is. I mean, I would say it's a little more like we've had a lot longer to work on the songs, and whether that's good or bad, I don't know, but like Play to Win was like pretty quickly. Like we released it was like album, Stand in the Fire, self-titled, and Play to Win. And then we had this big stretch where we weren't really doing that. So we had a lot to choose from. And then also getting into the studio, I think it sort of brings a different element in where I feel like in the past we've done a lot of like when we recorded at home for Play to Win, it was very like one person at a time comes in and plays parts. And so in the studio, when everybody's there, everybody's sharing ideas and we should try this and try that. So I think it's in general, maybe a more interesting album in terms of just like, you know, crazy ideas and that kind of thing. But I think it's probably pretty similar. I think most people who like Play to Win will like the new one too.
Bueno, con tanto tiempo, valía la pena preguntar si Play to Win, que fue un álbum que fue el mejor álbum de heavy metal de Canadá, se parece o no se parece a lo que se viene con Ultrapower. Dice que en el fondo se parecen bastante, que a la gente que le gustó Play to Win les va a gustar Ultrapower, pero que a la vez tiene la diferencia que mientras que Play to Win salió en un tiempo que salían muchos discos, de hecho salió Stand in the Fire, después Striker y Play to Win año tras año, aquí hubieron van a haber 6 años de diferencia, por lo tanto tuvieron mucho más tiempo para trabajar. No sabe si esto es mejor o peor, pero sí que las canciones tuvieron más cuaje, más trabajo, más eso, pero que en el fondo para la gente que le gusta Play to Win debería ser más o menos parecido. Oye, Francisco, ¿te parece que le preguntemos un poco a Dan sobre él? Porque en especial yo entiendo que Dan solo su único proyecto musical importante es Striker. Él ha sido invitado, tuvo algunas participaciones así como invitado en algunas bandas, pero él no tiene mayor trabajo que sea Striker. Si él ha pensado alguna vez plantearte hacer otra banda donde pueda experimentar otros estilos, ya sea en metal o en música distinta, o definitivamente este Striker donde está toda su cabeza, entendiendo que también es un independiente y no sé si tiene mucho más tiempo.
Okay, Dan, so we've already talked about Striker, but let's talk a little bit about you. Do you have, we know that Striker is your main project.
But, or your unique project.
Yeah, but do you have like, you know, have you thought of the idea of exploring, you know, making a new project for yourself or stuff like that?
Yeah, I have. I've never done it though.
Yes.
I'm always writing music, and I mean, I think that's the thing I like doing the most in being a band is writing music. Mm-hmm. And yeah, so I'm always doing that, and I don't know. I've had lots of ideas with lots of friends that it's a lot of talk when you're at the bar and let's start a band together, you know, like that kind of
let's
thing.
Play that metal.
Yeah. We should do it like this. It'll be like you know, this kind of style. It'll be like this or whatever. So we've talked lots about it, and even with some of the members of the band who are no longer in the band, but they're like neighbors. They live, you know, in the next block over kind of thing. So we always get together and then joke about, you know, maybe let's do a band like this and just for fun or whatever. So, I mean, eventually I probably will do that, but so far it's just been a lot of talking.
Bueno, dice que sí, que como obviamente le encanta escribir música, que muchas veces en el bar se encuentra con miembros de otras bandas. De hecho, dice que algunos de los ex miembros de la banda viven cerca, son como vecinos, viven como a la vuelta, por lo que entendí, y que en el fondo de repente se juntan, conversan de tener ideas y que han tenido muchas ideas, pero entiendo que por tiempo prácticamente no ha podido desarrollar esas ideas, pero que pretende que algún día pueda darle así como forma.
Claro, y que al final siempre queda así como en ese típico, en esa típica conversa de bar, así como deberíamos hacer una banda, ya hagamos una banda.
Let's drink and let's play.
Claro.
Oye, ¿y qué escucha? Siempre le hacemos esta pregunta a nuestro invitado. ¿Cuál es qué escucha? ¿Qué tanto bandas clásicas? ¿Qué banda nueva nos puede recomendar? ¿Qué está escuchando Dan Cleary? ¿Qué está escuchando Striker actualmente? Y digamos, hay que esta banda de Canadá no la conoce nadie, se la recomiendo. O claramente escucha Iron Maiden, es cosa de mirar su fondo.
Okay, so this is a question we ask everyone we interview. What are you listening right now? You know, what are the bands that you say like
Iron Maiden, we know.
So cool. Well, Iron Maiden, of course. But
they're here tomorrow. They're here tomorrow night.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Are you going?
Ooh.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Just
really
gotta get tickets
cool.
still. Yeah, I'm waiting for the cheap tickets to come.
Yeah. But is there, you know, like a Canadian band that no one knows that you will say, you know, this band is really good, or
like
maybe
Traveler.
Some of the more
or like 3 Inches of Blood. I love 3 Inches of Blood.
Yeah, they're doing a reunion show.
Yes, yeah, they have 3 reunion show right now.
Yeah, I was hoping it would be like an album, but I don't know. Maybe they'll do it. Who knows?
We need an album.
It would be amazing. Yeah. 3 Inches of Blood. That's a band that we listened to. That was one of the first bands that we knew that was from Canada that played at Vakken. And we were like, oh my God, like that's amazing. And then we played last year and we were like sick. That's awesome. But you mentioned Traveler. Those are friends of ours. Also Riot City from Alberta. All in the
Riot City are coming to Chile this year.
Yeah, they're coming. Yeah.
We are the promoters.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Hey, there you go.
I am the promoter.
Nice. Yeah, they're awesome. So I'm excited for them. They're getting out and touring a lot. They played Vakken this year. Yeah. And so it's a lot of Canadian bands getting over to Europe and finally down to South America. I mean, we have to get down there. We've been, you know, thinking about it for so long and then just haven't been able to make it work. So, but maybe this time.
Yeah. Y pregúntale qué otras cosas, bandas clásicas también que escuche.
You know, classic bands maybe.
O otro estilo, de repente, música que
no styles, you know, because one does not always listen to metal.
Yeah. I forgot to say, like my current favorite is, do you guys know Kvelertak? It's from Norway.
Oh,
Can you write it in the chat? Private chat? And I will put for the people that are reading right now or seeing the interview right now.
Yeah, it's hard to spell from me saying it because it's Norwegian or
Kvelertak. Yes, it's very famous.
Yeah, they're cool. I like them a lot. And then other bands, I've been really getting into. It's a Japanese. It's not new though. What are they called here? This album here. Have you heard this?
Cassiopeia, yeah.
Cassiopeia?
Yeah, they're
amazing.
So good. So good. Yeah.
So when it's not time for metal, it's something like that, you know.
Yeah, it's like jazz with cool synths and stuff like that. Yeah,
it was really, really cool. Yeah.
Oye, Y siguiendo con la idea, porque de hecho aquí la gente, tenemos una gente conectada, Rodolfo Soto pregunta si es posible pensar en una gira, ya no para este año probablemente, pero sí para el 2024 en Sudamérica. ¿Por qué no? Porque en el fondo sabemos que ya viene, de nuevo Riot City viene este año, pero si ya lo han pensado y lanzan un disco en enero, ¿se puede pensar que si sean las condiciones tengamos a Striker en Chile o en Sudamérica el próximo año?
Okay, so Rodolfo there is asking if there's a chance of a South American tour, probably not for this year, but maybe for 2024, because you guys are releasing the new album, so maybe, you know.
Yeah, I mean, that's so like right now we're trying to finalize our plans on where we're going to tour, and it would be amazing to get down to South America. I mean, we've you know, it's the classic come to Brazil, you know, like we have that for so long and we always wanted to go, but we just, you know, we've never been hooked up with the right booking agent or whoever. So, I mean, maybe you guys know someone.
Maybe you have to talk with the guys from Riot City, because they are coming to, I think, Brazil, Argentina, Peru, Chile, Ecuador right now.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, we saw that and we're like, we got to figure out who that. So maybe I'll talk to those guys and see who they're working with to get down there, and we'll see if we can get down there in 2024.
Así que, bueno, le estamos preguntando directamente si es posible verlo el próximo año. Dice que con el nuevo álbum le interesa, en verdad, le encantaría hacer el clásico tour que anuncian Brasil y otros países. Y bueno, le recomendamos directamente hablar con Riot City, que vienen este año, que son de Canadá, para que le dé los contactos, a ver si de repente resulta para el próximo año. Oye, ¿y qué más se viene con con Striker? ¿Qué más se viene en el futuro? Tenemos un disco, se vienen próximos videos, se vienen nuevos singles. ¿Qué podemos esperar de los próximos meses de aquí al lanzamiento y del nuevo disco en adelante?
Okay, so what can we expect from now till the release of the album, and then after the release of the album? You know, are there going to be new videos, maybe new singles? You know, US tour or Canadian tour?
Yeah. So we're on Halloween. We're releasing our next single.
Oh, okay.
So that it's a more of like a heavy sort of, you know, evil song. So it works. It fits.
More metal song.
Yeah, it's a bit more metal than like Best of the Best is like more, you know, like old school kind of, you know, that kind of thing. But yeah, the next one, Circle of Evil, is coming out, and that one's a little bit heavier. It's like if you like Yngwie Malmsteen, that kind of thing. It's sort of like that. So that's coming out, and then we're gonna release a bunch of singles. You know, it's sort of like the thing now. It's single. Then the album comes out. Yeah. So we're gonna do that, and so there should be at least like 4, maybe 3 or 4 before we actually release the album, and then yeah, next year we're looking at touring. We're gonna try and get to the States, trying to get back to Europe, and then possibly South America. Sounds like so.
Cool.
We'll try and figure that out.
Oye, Francisco, voy con unos saludos rápidamente de gente que está con
pero tradúcele a la gente que no.
Ya, verdad. Básicamente se olvidó esa parte, la emoción. Le preguntamos qué se viene. Dice que el próximo single, que será What's the name of the next single? City of Evil.
Circle of Evil.
Circle of Evil. Yeah. Circle of Evil se lanza en Halloween, que es un tema mucho más heavy metal clásico, algo como Yngwie Malmsteen with Mulet.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Con más Yngwie Malmsteen, y después van a seguir lanzando single tras single en un poco el estilo que se ha mantenido actualmente con las bandas, con el heavy metal, que es prácticamente lanzar casi todo el disco, la mitad del disco, previo al lanzamiento del disco.
Dijo que van a hacer como 2 o 3 temas antes de que se lance el disco.
Sí, pero generalmente ya es una costumbre, que en el fondo se lanzan muchos singles, no como antes, que en el fondo eran poco eso. Y después de esto van a girar, por lo menos tienen considerado girar ojalá por Estados Unidos, ojalá por Europa, y quién sabe, ojalá por Sudamérica. Y quería, I will go with some greetings from people that are in the stream right now.
Yeah.
Humberto Muñoz from Mexico, Daniel Redwood, Adolfo Salinas, y ellos son los que han mandado saludos hasta ahora. Oye, ya para ir un poco cerrando la entrevista, llevamos 40 minutos, Dani, entiendo que tiene que seguir trabajando. Quería invitarlo un poco a micrófono abierto, a decir lo que quiera, libertad, ¿sí? Invitar a la gente a comprar el álbum, a Kickstarter, que se sienta libre.
Okay, so Dan, to close a little bit the interview, the mic is yours if you want to, say something to the people watching us right now.
To go to Kickstarter and buy the album.
You can say whatever you like.
Anything? Okay.
Anything.
Yes, look at it. I buy the album right for real. So.
Oh, nice. Right on, man. There we go. Hell yeah. Yeah. Check out the Kickstarter. I mean, so part of the Kickstarter thing is like everybody who buys it on there, we're putting everybody's name in the album. So that's in the special edition and the regular edition and the vinyl. So it'll all be, if you get it and your friend buys it, your name will be in there. We've had a lot of fun doing that in the past too. People with pre-orders and you get your name in
and
there.
And it works.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go. You do get this special edition version. And so
with the signs.
Yeah, there you go. Sign too. Boom. Yeah, and then aside from that, keep an eye out for our next single coming out on Halloween. And we hope everybody likes it.
Bueno, nos dice,
dale.
Nos dice que estén ahí viendo el Kickstarter, que si compran por el Kickstarter, su nombre va a aparecer en el disco, en la versión así como la más bacán y en todas las versiones, en verdad. Y que estén atentos al próximo single que se sale en Halloween.
Circle of Evil.
Circle of Evil. Y eso.
Bueno, I will put this is the Kickstarter. So, este es el Kickstarter por si alguien lo está buscando. Dejé el link abajo por si quieren comprar el álbum. Van directamente ahí a hacerle clic por si quieren acceder a la compra del álbum. So, quiero agradecerle la oportunidad de estar acá, invitarlo, decirle, Francisco, te dejo esa parte a ti, invitarlo a compartir, que la entrevista va a estar disponible en Facebook, YouTube, va a estar en Twitch, después se comparte por sistemas de streaming y que obviamente si quiere quedarse unos segundos después del programa, está totalmente invitado. Eso.
Okay, so Dan, thank you for your time. Well, the interview will be available on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Then we will upload it to Spotify. So
sick.
There you can share it with everyone. Remember that if you need anything, we here in PowerMetal.cl are always here for you guys.
Nice.
Well, if you want to stay a few minutes after the interview to talk, you're welcome to.
Yeah, sure. I was going to ask, because I was thinking about it, what are you guys listening to? What's new for you guys?
Responde.
Let me check.
Acá preguntar para que la gente entienda. Dan nos acaba de preguntar qué escuchamos nosotros. Esto es una parte, esta primera vez que nos preguntan algo. Francisco.
Let me check, because I've been listening to a lot of new stuff. I've been listening to Freedom Call lately.
Oh, Freedom Call, yeah,
cool. A lot of Freedom Call.
Happy metal.
Yeah, really happy metal.
The most happy metal in the world.
Yeah, and I've also been listening. I always listen to a lot of Arian because I love Arian. And also Dark Tranquility that they were playing here at the beginning of the month.
Nice. Yeah, we toured with Dark Tranquility and Warbringer in the States years ago.
Oh.
Like that was maybe 2018 or 2019, something like that.
That's really cool.
They're nice guys, really nice guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. They like beer too.
We like beer. listening right now to Ghost because Ghost was playing in Chile 2 days ago.
Nice.
It depends because normally I work in the hospital, and in the hospital I can listen to metal because the people in the surgeon room doesn't want to listen too much.
They go too fast.
But I can hear. They normally put some things like reggaeton and that shit. I can stand because I'm a surgeon. I can do a surgery with that music. So finally, I talk a lot with the people, and they accept to put classic rock. So I put a lot of classic rock.
Nice.
That doesn't, for me, it's very cool. For the people, it's okay. And sometimes I put some punk rock from the MTVs like Green Day, Offspring.
Oh yeah.
But I don't want to listen to reggaeton in the surgery.
Nice.
Yeah. Also, some classical music, some soundtracks from movies.
This guy is a composer. He's a music.
Nice.
Musician, yeah.
Awesome.
So,
Yeah.
bueno, nos preguntó qué escuchamos. Francisco le dijo que primero que le escucha música clásica, también que te está escuchando Arion, Dark Tranquility, y me dijiste
Freedom Call.
Y yo le conté un poco que como trabajo en pabellón, prácticamente mucho metal no puedo escuchar, pero que en los pabellones es común en Chile, para que lo sepan, la gente le gusta poner reggaetón, esa clase de música que no puedo escuchar porque mientras estoy operando me molesta. Por tanto, logré llegar a un acuerdo y escucho rock clásico, para mí está excelente y para la gente es aceptable. Ahora sí, ¿algo más que nos quiera preguntar?
Well, anything else you want to ask us? Or?
Well, what's your favorite soundtrack?
Well, that's
Lord of the Rings.
It's Disney's Treasure Planet.
Oh, a Treasure Planet?
Yeah, it's a movie from 2001. It's my favorite movie ever. It's animation and pirates and space, and it's perfect.
Okay, I'll have to look that up.
Well, it's a movie that helped me a lot 10 years ago or around that. So it has that one.
That's the one? Okay.
By James Newton Howard. He's a genius.
Cool. Yeah, I'll check it out. Nice.
No, por mí, pero nos preguntó ahora, por esta primera vez que alguien nos pregunta algo, nos preguntó cuál es nuestra soundtrack favorito. Aquí abajo le gusta la música de Treasure Planet, de una película de Disney. A mí, I like the Rocky soundtrack.
Yeah.
Yes,
classic.
I love it.
Classic.
From 1 to 4. Yeah. I love all the Rocky classics.
And yours?
I think it's Lord of the Rings.
Oh, okay.
I love it.
You can't go wrong with that. It's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a really good one. Yeah, I'd have to say that'd probably be the one. Yeah.
Okay, so I think well, if you want to ask us something else, you're welcome. If not, we can start closing the interview.
I mean, sure. I could go all day, but like, talking about metal and stuff. But
yeah.
Well, okay. Favorite Iron Maiden album?
Oh, I'm between a Power Slave and Number of the Beast.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
For me, it's Power Slave. Nos preguntó, and yours?
I'd say Power Slave probably.
Yeah. Nos preguntamos directamente cuál es. Como ven, de hecho, Javier y la Vaca dice, parece que te gusta Maiden.
Yeah, it seems that you like Maiden.
Yeah.
Nos pregunta directamente cuál es nuestro disco favorito de Maiden. Yo creo que para mí es Power Slave, para Francisco Power Slave o Number of the Beast, ¿dijiste?
Sí, or The Final Frontier, you know, I actually like
it's good, yeah.
that album a lot.
Mm-hmm. Y para dijo Power Slave.
Ah, Power Slave, right. Sorry.
Yeah. I mean, I like it all, obviously, but
yeah,
it's any given day it could be a little different, but
yeah.
So I got a good story just before we go.
Let's go.
So I can't remember what year this might have been, like 2015 maybe. Mm-hmm. We decided to do a cover band, like Stryker just decided to do a cover band, and we were doing all of Live After Death. So we learned the whole set list from that show, and then we played it live only twice. our plan was that was going to be our new thing. We were going to be an Iron Maiden tribute band and also Striker, like
with the guys of the Striker.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we only did it twice. But then we knew all the songs. So when we went on tour, we would do, if people wanted more, we'd pick
Just
one.
put Iron Maiden
song. And then so one time we did, it was pretty late at a show, and the crowd wanted more. This was in Europe. And so we did, as an encore, we did Rime of the Ancient Mariner.
Oh, wow.
Like the whole thing. And people are like, one more song. And we're like, okay, sure. You want one more song? It's like 12 minutes.
We'll give you one more song.
You have to wait.
Yeah, exactly. That was really funny. That was good. Fun times.
Bueno, acaba de contar una pequeña historia. Dice que durante un tiempo la gente de Striker creó una banda cover de Iron Maiden que tocaba el setlist del Live After Death, del famoso show de Iron Maiden, que tocaron 2 veces completos como banda, pero que después, mientras giraban, se daba que de repente las bandas el público les pedía muchas canciones más y ya no tenían más canciones que tocar de Striker. Entonces decidían empezar a meter covers de Iron Maiden, y en un momento llegaron incluso a tocar Rime of the Ancient Mariner completo, los 12 minutos de canción, y obviamente la gente no se esperaba eso. Oye, y si vinieran a Chile, hipotéticamente, y la gente les pidiera más canciones, ¿estarían dispuestos a tocar canciones de Iron Maiden así como para alargar el show? ¿O ya eso se acabó?
One last question. If you guys came to Chile and we asked for one more song, would you play an Iron Maiden song?
I mean, we'd have to learn it. So, like, it's funny because that was with different members.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, it would be more difficult. But if we come, we'll have to brush up on it.
Yeah, and
get a couple.
You know, if you guys come here, we always ask for one more.
One more song.
Yeah,
more song.
Yeah.
Bueno, ahora sí. Bueno, dice que si vienen a Chile, era con integrantes distintos, así que tendrían que aprendérsela, pero que eventualmente, si dieran las condiciones, no tendrían por qué no tocar más canciones de Iron Maiden si la gente lo pidiera. Ahora sí, Francisco, nos despedimos. We are closing the interview.
Yeah. Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Y recuerden, like
or subscribe.
Like and subscribe, and yeah.
Y que se quede un minuto después de la entrevista.
Yeah, stay a little bit after the interview. So
yeah, sure.
That's it. Yeah.
Okay. Bueno, goodbye, Dan. See you in some minutes.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Bueno, eso fue nuestra entrevista con Dan Cleary de Striker. Nos estuvimos conversando de harto. Recuerden que su nuevo disco Ultrapower se lanza en enero del próximo año, y que si ustedes quieren dejamos el link ahí, lo pueden ver. Está en todas nuestras redes, el link para comprar el disco directamente a través de Kickstarter, la preventa que viene con posibilidad de comprar CDs, vinilos, con polera y un montón de otras cosas. Y no se le olviden, si quieren apoyarnos, patreon.com/powermetalcl o YouTube Membership, o simplemente un like o un compartir o un suscribir, todo eso sirve. Nos estamos viendo, un gusto, Francisco, como siempre. Igualmente, estar compartiendo contigo. Y nos vemos en alguna otra ocasión con algún review, con algún nuevo invitado, como siempre. Esto es powermetal.cl, el podcast live, el podcast favorito de la gente que aún no tiene ni idea que es su podcast favorito. Que estén muy bien. Chao.